Hello all. Thank you for coming by. Happy Monday. I am your host for today, Reflections, the live event. Carl Sean Watkins here for you. And I appreciate everyone has been coming by. Last week we kicked off of this 5-part series called Reflections Live, the event. And what we're going to talk about today, we're just going to continue on going through the time to reflect. And we're going to talk about something today that was very, very personal to me. And it's about seeing clearly now. There are a lot of times, and oftentimes in our lives, we have things that are filled up in our lives with so much baggage, distraction, negative people, and our vision can get cloudy. And that vision is not just only the vision of you actually seeing literally, but the vision that you have for your life, the goals and purposes that you want to fulfill, and the things that's going to make you who you want to be in the future. And we're just going to be talking about this. I am, for those who have no, thank you for coming by and watching this. Let me introduce myself. I am Carl Sean Watkins. I'm an aspiring civil rights attorney, family law attorney. Those are my genres, so to speak. But I'm also a business owner. I am the CEO of Carl Sean Watkins Consulting LLC. And what I do is business leadership and business culture. And in coaching and consulting mid-level professionals, business owners, business professionals of all kind, I do this in the essence of using vulnerability as a tool to promote engagement, to promote conversation, promote development, and promote culture within businesses. And these are the ways that I do it. Reflection is a key part of us promoting that, because once we reflect on things that have came into our lives now or in the past, they're now generating some mistakes that we may be making over again, or they're keeping us from fulfilling the aspects of growth and development that we want for our lives in the future. And just going through this is the process that we go through. So I'm glad you guys are here for today. We're going to talk about, can you see clearly now? And you ask yourself the question, can I see clearly now? What does that actually mean? Where I mentioned before when we talked about with your life being filled with so many distractions, the pandemic has brought a lot on with us with things of our own personal lives. It has taught us, or it is training us in order to go back inside. Let's go and see what it is we really want to do, what we want to accomplish, where we want to be, how we want to get there, the development that is going to take, the discipline that you're going to need, and those avenues that you're going to be traveling on, in essence, to get where you want to go. So today, we're going to be talking about reflection and seeing clearly. I have a slide that I'm going to go through today, and we're going to go through this, and we're going to just talk and hit on some topics. At the end, we're going to talk about how we can bring those things together to a head, and what can we do, you and I, together as a team, to see where we can take ourselves coming into the future. I do appreciate everybody's coming by, and we're going to start the slideshow. And of course, today is May the 17th, and this is part 2 of the 5-part reflection. And what we're going to see into this, in essence of that, we're going to share our screen so you guys can follow along with me, so they can you can see what we're going to do here. I'm going to share the screen, share that. I don't need to stop showing that again. Yes, we're going to do the window, and we're going to do the PowerPoint. And this is what we're going to share. And in the essence of this, we're going to go to the beginning, and we're going to share. All right. Time to reflect. You can see clearly now. Now, can you see clearly now is a question that is asking you. And in the essence of asking this question and what we're going to do and what we're going to see, we're going to see from the point of understanding that we can see clearly now. We can see clearly now. There are some things that we need to talk about. There are some things that we need to focus on. And as we go through that, We're talking about life. Life is a maze of decisions. From the moment we open our eyes to the moment we close them again, to dream our night away, we're constantly making decisions. We're constantly making choices. We're constantly being part of those decisions that's going on in our lives. There's a maze of decisions that's happening, and there's a lot of things that we need to understand in essence of us being able to make wise decisions. Everything in your life is a maze, whether it's trying to figure out the journey you're taking from school to the journey that you're taking to what you're going to be in your career, to the decisions you're going to take on as far as relationships, to the job that you're actually going to work on, to the career that you're going to go, even if you're going to be a business owner or a business entrepreneur. If you're going to be a business professional, there are a lot of decisions that need to be made. And in the essence of that, decisions being made, life turns out to be a maze. But what we can find in that maze is sometimes we cannot see clearly. Looking at it from the point of that we can't see clearly. It's scary to move forward when we don't have a mapped out plan. A lot of times those plans that were mapped out, we don't follow through with them and we don't follow up with them. And that's important that we must do that. But as much as we want to have our life in our hands, it's important to point out and to pinpoint everything down the road. We can't pinpoint. It's impossible to. All the pitfalls that we're going to go into, everything that we're going to run into. Our vision only goes as far as our eyes will allow it. So in essence of that, we have to have all the clutter out the way. We have to have a focus in mind, and we have to have an agenda and a plan on how we want to get there. In the essence of there, we come into the decisions. The decisions you choose are critical because they are the ones that's going to make your vision clear. They're the ones that's going to give you the opportunity to go through and progress with your process. And in the essence of that, the decision you choose should be a wise one, and it should be thought out. The things with decision is that there's two types in a broad sense. And these are, and I've clarified them in two separate categories so we can get a clear understanding as to what decisions are and the choice you make concerning them. One, decisions with follow-up, execution, and action. That is one choice that you can make. Or two, is decisions without follow-up or action. Oftentimes, when we make decisions, we are caught in these two playing fields. So it's definitely advantageous to you to understand that the decisions that you choose are very important. Now, after you've made the choice, you clear the clutter. And clearing the clutter just helps you to identify, seeing clearly what decision I need to make in order for me to grow, in order for me to develop, in order for me to make wise decisions and choices concerning my life, concerning my business, concerning my relationships, concerning the culture that I want to affect, that I want to be around me. No one wants to be someone whose words doesn't mean anything at all in the end, because words only have meaning when you add action to it. So when you're clearing the clutter, you give yourself an opportunity to add action to the words that you're saying. It is an easy sum to calculate, but in practice, you'll often see that it isn't as clear and easy. It's not as clear and easy like 1 + 1 = 2. Sometimes clearing the clutter can make things look to be easy, but there still has to be action involved after the clutter has been cleared. So now, after you've got some vision, and you've made your decisions and you've cleared the clutter, why there is an understanding of why do some of us make decisions without execution? The action calls for the execution, and you have to do the follow through. A lot of times we make decisions, and oftentimes no decision is also a decision. Because if you're stuck in a point of not doing anything or being undecisive, you are literally making a decision when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your business, when it comes to the culture that you're trying to provide, and the relationships that you have with leadership. So when you're not making a decision, you're ultimately making the decision. Like I said before, our lives are filled with so much baggage distraction, negative people, that our vision oftentimes become cloudy, our judgment becomes cloudy, and we don't act on these decisions with execution, which is vital to us growing and developing. Here we have the decision. Once the decision, we have an equation that I love to use. Decision plus action equal desired result. And when I say that, that desired result is hinges on who's ever putting this equation into use. Once you've decided that it is something that you're going to do, it is a decision that you've made, is a foundation for which you're going to build something, action has to happen. So once the decision comes about and the action comes about, it is oftentimes leading to the desired results. Yes, I put that at the end of the equation because that's what we're going to equal to. Not all the time when the decision happens and the action happens, a desired result per individual, per business, per culture, per circumstance, per situation often happens like that. But what you're doing, you're enacting the decision that you made so you can tweak to get that desired result. If you have no action with ever the decision that you've chosen, you will soon see that you won't get any result. So you won't have anything to tweak. I understand how difficult this is to do, and especially doing this alone, but you don't have to do this alone. I have over a lot of experience, but I've also over the years, I've had the opportunity to enrich my knowledge, bolster my experience, and I've connected with so many amazing leaders that have really poured into me solutions for desired results. Working with me can enhance that decision action equation, which will equate to desired results. We have, and my passion is, I want to transform business professionals like you, business professionals, business owners, those who may be struggling with getting results with business development and just plain taking action in your business. It's my desire to use my expertise, my knowledge, and my vulnerability and skills and business culture in developing a plan that will be suitable for you, that will have you to have to take the decision, on that decision, put in action, and on that action, get the desired results that you're seeking to get. We can only grow forward. We can only grow by moving forward with our decisions. This is the most important, pertinent part of the decision, because you want to see growth in the lifestyle, in your business, in the culture, in the leadership, in the engagement, in the relationship, in the customer service, and the things and services and products that you want to put out. You have to move forward once those decisions are made. I said it to you earlier in the slide presentation. Life is a maze of decisions, taking the correct way right away, or you can end up in a detour. Those maze of decisions are very critical. Also, once you have identified that decision of what you want to take, with no input, a decision has no value or use. It's basically not a decision at all. So it's even actually worse than a decision, than no decision, because you've taken a decision, you have not put the action to it or the input, and you're not moving forward and growing in the essence of that you want to grow. Now, on the latter part of that, once we make that decision, once I work with you and we go through and we strategically plan together and map out a decision that we want to take, we've taken the input. Now we're going to take action. We're going to make the decision to see clearly now. It is very important and evident, and it's very essential that we build our business culture with the mindset and the idea that we're going to remove the clutter. We want to begin on a frame and a foundation, whether you're a small business owner, mid-level business owner, business professional, entrepreneur, or if you're just in the corporate work world and you're having problems identifying your specific area in the position that you're in. I'm going to take you through a process that's going to have you to see clearly through reflection of the things you've done in the past and put into action the things that takes you to the next level. So we're going to make that decision to see clearly now. We're going to remove the clutter, and you guys are going to want to work with me. Absolutely. The essence of that, I'm going to send each and every one of you all that attended and each and every one of you all that is leaving you your email address in there. I will follow up with you. This is a fillable form that we're going to do together. What we're going to do with this form, and in the essence of this whole reflection event, all 5 parts. We're going to go through it and we're going to reflect on things in our life and understand where we can go to from this point and how we can get better. This is something that's going to affect everybody, and those that are watching and those that are tuning in and those that are going to see this on the replay. It's very important that the action that you take, the decision plus action, is going to equal your desired results. And in the midst of that, you're going to be able to flow and you're going to be able to be and introduce yourself as a whole new person. This is what we're going to do. This is a refillable form that I'm going to be attaching to you. If you like, leave your email address so that we can come through. So I want you to come through and we work on this together. Sign up, join up, so we can have this reflection and we can have this to work out for you. Carl Sean Watkins Consulting. There's my address on the link in my website, carlshawnsdailyword.com. Go there, register, set up an appointment, and we can talk strategically about what do you want to do in order to see clearly. It's time for reflection, and this is part 2 of this 5-part event that I'm going to be bringing to you every Monday to the middle of June. I want you to sign up. I want you to get involved. I want you to get the journal. I want you to get interested in this and understand that this is an inventory that you're taking on yourself that's going to be vital to you growing in the future. I do appreciate each and every one of you that have came by, and I appreciate everyone that's in and everything that has went on. I want you to go to my website, carlshawnsdailyword.com, register for this event, register for the information. I will send you the journal once you have registered so you can get involved and apply this to yourself. What I would love to do is continue this process. I would love to work with you. I would love to see what you have. Let's get on a strategy call. Let's get on the strategy decision-making process. Let's get that decision plus action equal the desired results. I appreciate each and every one of you that have come back. Come back next week where we will have part 3 in this reflection series. And we look forward to hearing from you. Sign up, register, get involved. Let's work together. Carl Sean Watkins Consultant. I appreciate each and every one of you that have came out. If you have any questions or you have any things that you want to answer or go over, leave it in the chat. Go back, those that have not been live, have it on the replay. I'll go through it. I'll reiterate it. I'll send it back out and I'll let you enjoy this information. I appreciate each and every one of you that have came out. I appreciate all of those that have left comments, and I appreciate you who's going to register with me, who's going to work with me, and who's going to build yourself in your business, life, culture, development, and growth all the way around. Appreciate you guys for joining me. Thanks so very much. And until the next time, you guys have a great week.